Welcome. Here we are again, Faded with Finn. And for some strange reason, it's coincidence, I am your host, Tony Finn. And with your permission, we're going to jump right into this op-ed today on who I believe, with reason, to be a profitable fades inside of the NFL schedule in specific weeks, on specific Sundays, for the most part. Two guests we have today. First guest being the Los Angeles Rams. The second guest being the Miami Dolphins. Those are our two fades. And I'm going to briefly give you my 2 cents, 1 cent on why I believe this to be the case this weekend. In truth, guys, we have, at the beginning of the season, I thought the Rams were probably going to be fade as the season went along for two reasons. One, and it fits into why we're fading them now, today, tomorrow, until further notice, really, and that is that they just don't have any weapons. They don't have a running back. They don't have a receiver. They don't have what they had last year. They lost two of their best offensive linemen in the offseason. They added a couple. They added some flavor, but they didn't add near what they lost. And for the most part, last year's championship team, if you'll remember, played during the regular season. They played 3 qualifying playoff teams. That's it. They played 3. Then, in my opinion, they were fortunate to have met the Bengals, who I'm not disparaging the Bengals in any way, shape, or form. Good quarterback, good receivers, good team. Played well last year. Did what they needed to do to get where they were, only to lose at SoFi there and against the at that time, again, second world championship for coach and for franchise, in the last 10 years. Just good stuff. However, this team, they've lost. The lineman they lost, guys, really worried me because of Stafford's health. And remember at the beginning of the season, he was having some problems with his hands, his elbows. He was already suffering from just practicing, just preparing for the regular season because they don't play any regulars during the 3-game preseason. So their team this week is a team that had you and I talked about in week 1 or before, maybe week 2 or 3, being probably at this point in time the favorite, or at least the challenger to the team we believe, or I believe, is going to win that division. That's San Francisco 49ers. Seattle's right in the mix. They're right in the mix. They're playing pretty well, and probably the biggest surprise, save a couple other units for specific franchises. But what a job Pete Carroll has done. It's just amazing. And can you imagine in week 1 if I sat here and told you that Seattle, we're going to be in week 13, and Seattle is going to be a double-digit favorite against the Rams in LA? Crazy. Listen, the stars they added, the Bobby Wagner, the Allen Robinsons, don't make up for the loss of Von Millers and the Andrew Whitworths, the PFF's highest graded pass blocking tackle last year, Austin Corbett. Those kind of guys are not replaceable with the Bobby Wagners and the Allen Robinsons. Our first guest, been terrific. Thank him. The fade is fading. Oh, pardon me, the LA Rams, and supporting anybody who's playing them. Let's do that. We're going to move right on. We don't do the commercials. If you've followed this show and this broadcast or this shoot, you know that we jump right in to the second fade. And, of course, I'll have to flip my script down a little bit, my notes. And again, this is the Niners and the Dolphins. The Dolphins are going to be on the road. They're going to be playing on a turf that's different than their turf in Miami. And I'm really excited to see Miami competitive again. I'm excited to see anyone competitive again in the AFC East other than the Patriots. Now, again, I'm not disparaging the Patriots, but when you have the same team, same quarterback for 2 decades dominating, it makes it difficult to get excited about, unless, of course, you're a Brady groupie and a Patriots fan. 2, why Miami is a fade this week. Miami's a good team. Tough to say, listen, we're going to blindly fade Miami moving forward. We're not going to. I like them. I like what they're doing. I'm amazed how the regression, or at least the subtraction from what I believe to be one of the better defensive teams a couple of years ago, guys, why they stayed, why they kept the fans interested, why they stayed in the race in that division, what could be considered a race with the Patriots being who they were still 2 years ago. But that said, this San Francisco team, I believe, listen, I was so critical, very critical of Shanahan 2 weeks ago when they introduced C-Mac to the mix. I thought they used him incorrectly. I thought that's the day that they were going to attack. They were going to attack the Chargers. They were going to basically just bust them in the mouth and run, and didn't. Tony G came out throwing the ball around the field, and they looked really good at times, and other times they really struggled, especially in the red zone in short yardage situations. You're going to find Miami's got weapons. They have some great weapons offensively. They're suspect defensively. What's going to be the issue? And I suspect that Shanahan and his staff are going to be very prepared. Not only are they going to run the ball and throwing downs, throw the ball and running downs, be completely outside the box, but they are going to have blitz packages, and they're going to be in Tua's lap all day, all afternoon, all day, all night, if they'd let him. He's going to be running for his life. This is not Mahomes. He's not Mahomes. He's not the kind of quarterback outside the pocket that you want to be getting a field goal and a point against a 49ers team that has the most talent on the defensive side of the ball, top to bottom, of any team in the AFC, as far as I'm concerned. And offensively, as long as Tony G's healthy and they can do without Mitchell, and that's the big question here. This 49ers team not only wins the division, the NFC West, wins over Miami, does it convincingly on Sunday. Moving forward, they just continue to get better, and better. And probably if I had to raise my hand and say, teacher, can we go ahead and shove the San Francisco 49ers into that Super Sunday slot and give them a sideline right now, because they are the team we want representing whoever AFC wants to throw in the mix. The second fade on this Faded with Finn, Miami Dolphins. The two play-ons are anyone against the Rams and the 49ers on Sunday against the Miami Dolphins. Quickly, before I sign out, and I don't know how long I've been, I don't time myself today, I want to thank you. I want to thank Chris, producer, director, a man of 101 talents that chooses to do this with me, which is stupid, crazy stupid. And the WagerTalk media, the team, everybody. And if you like this, make sure you put the comments down. If you don't like it, don't be afraid to throw your best or your worst. Ask me what my bank account number is. I'll send it to you. You can send me some checks or send an email and say, listen, get Finn off the air. I mean, everywhere I go, I see his pretty face. I'm Tony Finn. Thanks so much for dropping by. WagerTalk. Visit some of the other terrific shows that we archive here. And let's go 2-0 on Sunday. See you next week.